At 11, all eyes on two things tonight, the radar and the roads. It's going to be a slick drive home after a sunny Sunday. It's turning into a pretty chilly night. Rachel is tracking the forecast for us tonight. And Rachel, what can you tell us? Slowly but surely, as you can see, the wall is going up, the work is being completed, and the family is coming back into the home. The one thing the homeowner tells me, she has definitely learned her lesson, and from now on, she'll be checking that insurance policy and exactly what's on it. And speaking of birthdays, a 7-year-old got one to remember today. The youngster is fighting a rare form of cancer. Today, members of one local community coming together to raise funds for his family and to ensure that he would never forget this day. An ABC 6 exclusive tonight. Governor John Kasich sitting down with us one-on-one discussing some of the critical issues affecting the state of Ohio. With less than a year left in office, the governor telling us that he's still hard at work. The numbers are astounding. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, an estimated 37 million vehicles are currently under recall. But here's the big issue. A number of these automakers simply don't have the parts available for the replacements, meaning that thousands of these vehicles with these potentially deadly airbags are on the roads right now. And organizers tell us that 100% of the proceeds from today's event will go to the Westerville Police Department. Some scary moments for drivers trying to cross a bridge over the Hudson River in New York. Take a look at this video. Excitement is in the air around Columbus, and that's certainly true in the Arena District tonight. The tip-off for the women's NCAA basketball championship game is not until Sunday night at 6, but there is still plenty to do before then. Rob Wells is live in the Arena District for us tonight. And Rob, a lot of folks out there having fun tonight. All looking to find out where OSU will be dancing. Sports Director Clay Hall was there for all the excitement. The fans were certainly pumped out there.
Yeah, it's like old times, you know. Oh, yeah, we remember this.
It seems like so long ago.
Yeah, exactly.
On new at 11, a mother accused of the unthinkable will be in court tomorrow. We were the first to tell you about her arrest last December. The 23-year-old mother is charged in connection with the death of her newborn daughter last April. Investigators saying the 26-day-old baby died from a drug overdose. Rob Wells is live in studio tonight. And Rob, you've been following this case from the very start. What can we expect in court tomorrow? Rachel, I'll tell you what, it was another beautiful day out there, just chilly.
And I left for my lunch break. When I came back, it was still daylight out.
I like that, yes. So all we need is just the heat to accompany that daylight and we're good.
Yeah, well, we're going to keep working on that.
Police say this case should serve as a major warning. Now, we do have a few things you can remember to hopefully prevent you from becoming a victim. But of course, downtown Columbus was definitely the place to be this afternoon. Thousands packing the streets for the annual St. Patrick's Day Parade. Folks out enjoying all the food, fun, and a bit of Irish luck. As you can see, these folks are definitely motivated, hopeful that these haircuts will not only make a difference for these children, but also possibly motivate others as well. A man on death row who is set to be put to death last fall has died. Good evening, I'm Rodney Dunigan. The Department of Corrections confirming tonight that Alva Campbell was discovered in his cell this morning and pronounced dead a short time later. Rob Wells tracking new developments in the case tonight. Rob, what exactly can you tell us?
If you took me from day one as governor to where I am today, there's been a change, probably a fairly profound change.
As Governor John Kasich nears the end of his second term, giving us insight into that change.
You just grow as a leader. You have more confidence. You're more calm about things. You know, I'm a better man having been in this job. I hope the people feel that you know, they're better off. And I think they do.
Also touching on the hot button issue of the day, gun reform, and recent protests by teens across the country and here at home.
I think it's great. I want kids to keep the pressure on politicians. It's easy for this thing to kind of fade away.
Even before the Parkland, Florida shooting, Kasich proposing a number of policies to protect people from gun violence, included among them closing the gap in the background check system.
We had a group that came up with a list of things, and those people who say, look, there's a Second Amendment, but there's give to it.
Kasich never shying away from national politics, giving us his thoughts on the carousel of staffing changes within the Trump administration.
Think about it this way. If Ohio State, if the coach at Ohio State didn't know which players were going to show up to play, how's he supposed to win a ball game? And it's not any more complicated than that. Now, the president has a right to pick who he wants. but there's too much chaos.
One of our final questions, possibly telling about the governor's future. Do you think you would ever consider, once you leave office here in Ohio, taking a position within the Trump administration?
That would not be one. I don't have any idea what I'm going to do, but that certainly is not one of the things that is a consideration.
And the governor also told me that he'll be working hard until his very last day in office. He does believe the state is better off now than when he took office nearly 8 years ago. The opioid epidemic is hitting small-town America hard. Here in Washington Courthouse, it's having a devastating effect. We sat with a number of those recovering from addiction and their families as they try to help a community find a solution.
Everybody that's in recovery only has today, this moment, because at any time you could fall off the wagon.
For Carla Doctor, it's an everyday struggle.
I was addicted to heroin for 10 years. Today I have 14 months clean.
Recovery, not a simple process. Only a prison sentence setting her straight.
They call a spiritual awakening in the meetings I go to, and I believe I had that.
Doctor, now one of those in Fayette County, hoping to foster change. How often, do you go to meetings?
I go 3 times a week.
This forum, a part of Your Choice Ohio, bringing together addicts, families, experts, telling their stories.
But it was bad, real bad.
Kathy Woodford there every step of the way for her daughter. That's the good thing that you guys have each other to kind of lean on. And thankful she's on the road to recovery.
Without my child, I'm nothing. She is my life. She's my life.
Jeffersonville Mayor Bob Kinzer says the problem's so vast in his community, businesses are having a hard time finding job candidates that are able to pass entry drug tests just to find full-time work.
There is hope. It's going to be tough. You're going to have to break the cycle.
And now you're going to be addicted to that. Because
Doctor telling her story to inspire someone else looking to break the chains of addiction.
I feel I could give somebody else hope that they can make it if they really want to. One day at a time. That's all you can do is one day at a time.
This is certainly an emotional fight for plenty. The focus for those in this community continuing the effort to ease this problem and hopefully save lives. Reporting in Fayette County, Rodney Dunigan, ABC 6 News. Well, they certainly are, Stacia. Folks that we spoke with are concerned about what would happen if someone got their hands on their personal information. They see the change as a bad idea that could possibly lead to identity theft. The line at the Hilliard BMV nearly out the door Wednesday. The wait, a long one.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
Nia Blackwell telling us the one benefit, at least you walk out with that renewed license or ID. In a matter of months, though, that will be changing.
If I'm going to come down here, I might as well come down here and get what I came here for versus going home and having to wait. It wouldn't make sense.
Starting in July, the Ohio Bureau of Motor Vehicles producing the cards at a central production facility. The move being made to meet updated federal regulations. These images of how they'll look. One notable change that has customers across the state concerned, however, instead of grabbing them at your local BMV, they'll be sent via mail in about 10 days. A lot of customers not too happy.
We need to get a petition thrown around. That's what I say.
Was they try to stop it before it starts?
That's right.
The BMV will be providing a temporary proof of purchase card during the waiting period. The big worry is identity theft for most. Blackwell has been a victim. Crooks getting a hold of her info, getting right to spending.
Made payments and, went to the gas station. It's easy just to swipe a card and all that.
Within an hour of posting the updated BMV plans on the ABC6 Facebook page, hundreds of comments. We reached out to the state, a spokeswoman telling us in part, the new cards will be produced in one secure central location with restricted access. Also, that the card will come in the mail in a plain white envelope, no different than passports or credit cards. That answer not helping to ease concerns of those we spoke with. They simply see it as a cost-cutting move.
The only reason I think that they'd be doing that is because it's cheaper with staff.
Despite customer apprehension, the decision appears to be final.
I definitely have concerns about that. It just doesn't seem like the most efficient way to do that at all, not even close.
The The BMV says the major factor in the change is tougher federal regulations that require secure identification. They're hoping to avoid issues by getting a jump start on the process. And again, you will be getting these cars by mail, but you still need to start the process at your local BMV. So, of course, pack your patience. Reporting live in studio tonight, Rodney Dunigan, ABC 6 News.
It is amazing. I love motherhood. There's no greater feeling in the world.
It's without a doubt Victoria Sherritt's greatest joy, being a mom.
That bonding with another human being, that instant love, it's just amazing.
A responsibility she takes to heart. 4-month-old Callie Annabella, her main reason for staying clean.
Yeah, she was definitely my motivation. When I found out I was pregnant, that's when I was still using, and that's what made me stop.
So if you want, you can kind of just feel it in here. That's what it will feel like again.
Okay.
Sherritt spent years fighting an addiction to heroin, now receiving treatment at CompDrug, one of Central Ohio's leading treatment centers. CompDrug also home to a first-of-its-kind health clinic launching just weeks ago, providing reproductive health services to women battling addiction.
It's a lifesaver in the fact that not only physiologically, but psychologically and emotionally.
Jody Hurt, clinical director at CompDrug, says the idea is not only to help dependent mothers in their recovery, but also the continued treatment for their baby as well.
One of the things that sometimes we forget is the mental state of the mother is going to have a huge impact on the mental state of the infant, her other children, and if you can help her become more relaxed, more attuned to their needs, it's a win all the way around.
Experts here telling us the key is helping these mothers as early as possible. This clinic, they say, not only groundbreaking for Central Ohio, but the entire country.
Absolutely. I think we're showing that we're leaders and being really innovative about the ways that we can treat our patients and help them.
There you go.
Sherritt, thankful for a fresh start and her beautiful baby girl.
She saved my life.
This clinic, she believes, the start of a positive future.
Without their resources, I probably wouldn't be here today.
And of course, this clinic is expected to help a large number of women, around 700 patients at CompDrug to start. Administrators are pretty confident that with their help, the children of these women will start life out on the right